Alright guys, we're ready for our second presentation today. Victor's going to talk to us with a little bit American-inspired quote here in the opening. So without any further ado, I would like you to give a big round of applause for Victor.
So hi everyone, I'm Victor Atfaludi and I work as an account executive at Bitrise. At Bitrise we help mobile app developers get to the App Store and Play Store faster so you can enjoy all your mobile applications. And I've been in sales for the past 5 years now, a bit more, and all the time demos have helped me greatly in getting new businesses. It's just a way to get to the customers' hearts and let them open their wallets. Now, this didn't always go so smoothly. Most of the time what I would see is our customers playing with their phones during the demos or watching emails. I've had customers pick up and start a conversation during my demo. And in very rare cases, they actually just walked out on me. They said, Victor, sorry, I don't have time for this. Let's talk some other time. And that sucks. So what I want to help you with today is in 5 steps to be able to put together demos that actually help you sell your products. And so what we did recently is we went to KotlinConf in Denmark just last week. Question, who's a developer here? Okay, so we have a couple of people. Please keep your hands up. How many of you like salespeople? Keep your hands up if you do. Yeah, so that's what I was expecting. So that makes our job even more difficult. Now, I mean, it could be worse. In ascending order, these are the character types that developers hate the most. Marketing, I'm looking at you. Sales, and recruiters. So I mean, it could be worse, but it's still not easy. So what we did in KotlinConf, how did it look? There were these 1-hour intervals, 45-minute talks, and then everyone comes out, we had a booth, they could mingle with us, ask questions. We had 15 minutes to gather leads, gather customers who would buy from us later on. And we tried to go there by doing product demos. Now, we didn't be very prepared, so the first round didn't go that well. Out of the 15 minutes, we started later. The demo took 12 minutes. People were wandering off, heading to the next talk so they don't miss out. And it didn't feel good at all. So we got together, had a group discussion, pointed out what went well, what were the symptoms I've seen, and what we want to avoid later. Next break comes up, Andrew hit it out of the park. In 5 minutes, we got 5 customers to sign up to try out our product. And that's amazing. So by the end of this 12 minutes, well, probably 9 now, you will learn in 5 easy steps how to put together demos that make an impact. Disclaimer though, culture matters. So the technique and playbook that I'm going to show you now will work in most Western countries. For the BRIC countries, you will probably have to refine your approach. Plus, I've been working in B2B sales, so it works better with technical products that you try to sell to businesses. Number 1 is know your product. The only way we could pivot so fast from one break to the next is because Andrew mumbles in his sleep. So, and when he does so, he does talk about our product features. He knows it by heart. We could just focus on the 3 to 5 key points, the wow factors of our product, and also know what to avoid, what we don't want to get into. Second, this is what I'm doing now, at least one of them. Either prepare or prepare to fail. Now, it's closing time, end of the year. I didn't have time to prepare, so at least I'm prepared to fail today. And even though in these 5 years I've done over 1,000 demos, and I'm not even exaggerating about the number, I still prepare multiple times ahead today. I actually have my notes here that I prepared, please pass this around. So even I take the time to write down, paraphrase my speeches, and then go over them to make sure that I'm in time. I didn't do that today, but I did write it down. So step 3, manage your expectations from the beginning. This can be done multiple ways, but just test it out next time. Imagine you're going to your next meeting and you're late. Phone ahead that you're going to be 9 minutes late and make it in 4. I guarantee you'll get the expression, wow, that was fast. It's better always to under-promise and over-deliver. Whatever the situation, that works. Another thing you can do to make an impact here as well is use contrasting. How it is being done now and what's our promise. That's also a way to manage expectations. But these are kind of small and easy to implement things, so you can actually try it out the next day. If I want you to remember one thing, it's gonna be, why is it not working? It's gonna be this one. Keep it simple. Now this is easier said than done because the most common mistake I see people making in technical product demos is they know the product so much, they're enthusiastic about it so much that they go into the tiniest of details, which doesn't really matter. This is when people get disengaged and you will lose interest, they'll pick up their phones really fast. So actually, if it matters, they will ask you a question, they will ask these questions, which you can later answer, and you want them to ask these questions. These are what we call buying questions. You will know, you will get information for free on what matters to them, what are their pain points, and what you can do to close the sale successfully. And number 5, make it interactive. This is the 5th step. Remember how I did the handheld exercise and passing out my notes? This is all to keep you guys engaged. I'm doing this for you, and for myself a bit. What they say is people have the attention span today of a goldfish, a bit less. So 8 to 12 seconds, unless you can get their interest. Once you get their interest, in my experience, you get 3 to 5 minutes from them. So it's your goal to put together a demo that's 3 to 5 minutes, or if it's longer, make sure to add interactive exercises, ask questions, hand out something, and you can play with the 5 senses: hearing, seeing, feeling, tasting, smelling. You can play with all these to engage your audience and make them stick around for your presentation. These are the 5 things you can do, but if you manage expectations well, you always have a +1. Just always have a +1. Ali did a really good job at putting together multiple ways of allowing you to play with your energy and manage your energy. Use it. Play with tone. Play with your dynamics. And it's quite easy, actually. I don't know if you've noticed. My favorite one is the pause. If you want to make a good impact, allow yourself to think if you didn't prepare, while also allowing the audience enough time to internalize what you're saying. You will pause. That's just my favorite. And if I would say to have a takeaway point, a great demo will make or break your business. So use these 5 points and put together a demo that will make an impact and get you business. And if you have any questions, just fire me after this talk. And I'm actually open for a beer or coffee, anything. anytime, just shoot me an email at either Facebook, LinkedIn. Yeah, email if you want it. Thank you.